I can't believe this is happening to us. It's one of those news you see and you think, no, wait, this can't be going down right now. So let me give you some context here. We have a rotation that honestly is the envy of half the league. Bryan Woo coming out as our true ace. Gilbert and Castillo, who could be number one on a bunch of teams out there. Bryce Miller and Kirby ready to absolutely blow up. Everything seemed to click, you know? That feeling of, man, this year we're going to make a lot of noise. Then the bomb drops. Our 6'4" kid, that prospect who showed up last year as a rotation depth piece, 15 starts, 81 and a third innings pitched. Nothing crazy, but showing he had a future, that he was an important depth piece. And last week, he underwent Tommy John surgery. Yeah, I'm still processing this. I can't believe this happened. We're already starting down one. He's heading straight to the injured list. I feel like it's not going to be easy for our team, but I believe we'll find a way to cover this loss. 12 months out, the entire 2026 season. Logan Evans won't take the mound for us this year. Now, let's be real here. He wasn't our number 1, 2, or 3 starter, but depth matters, man. It matters a lot, especially when we know that pitchers are like glass. You never know when they're going to break. And losing a guy who could bail you out in emergency situations, who could give you that breather when someone needed an extra day of rest, that hurts. The organization folks are trying to keep their heads up, obviously. Passan himself said it's without a doubt a painful loss. And look, he's not exaggerating. Because even being the 6th or 7th guy in the pecking order, Evans represented that safety net of not having to run to the market if something went wrong. Let me break down what this means in practice. When you have 6 reliable pitchers, you can manage workload. You can protect the arms of your main guys. You can play strategically with rest days. Now, we're back to that tight scenario where any blister on Woo's elbow becomes a collective nightmare. And there's another side to this that nobody's really talking about, but I think it's important, the clubhouse impact. Evans was young, had that energy of someone proving their worth. The veterans liked him. Losing a guy like this at the start of the season, before it even really kicks off, it messes with the vibe. It's not catastrophic, but it's like, I don't know, you lose a bit of that invincibility feeling we were building. Now, looking ahead, because we got to look ahead, right? No use crying over spilled milk. The question is, how do we cover this? First option, promote someone from the farm system. We've got some interesting arms down there, but nobody that gives you that confidence of, all right, you can handle 80 innings, no problem. It's risky. Second option, market. But the market now, at this point in the offseason, you're going to pay a premium for someone who probably isn't even available. And considering our payroll situation, I don't know if that's the smartest move. Third option, and maybe the most realistic one, is to trust the 5 we've got and cross our fingers that nobody else goes down. Woo, Gilbert, Castillo, Miller, Kirby, 5 solid guys. If they stay healthy, we're still super competitive. But hold on, there's a giant, but in this whole story, we're in the American League West. The Astros never die. The Rangers are recent champs and won't roll over easy. The Angels always have that individual talent that can pop off at any moment. You can't mess around with depth in this division. Honestly, I didn't see this coming. I thought our biggest problem was going to be hitting, because let's be real, our offense is questionable. But losing Evans before the season even starts is like taking a gut punch before the fight even begins. And there's the question of Logan's own development. The guy's in his early 20s, was just starting to understand what it means to be a professional pitcher. Now he's going to spend an entire year in rehab dealing with the mental side of coming back from surgery like this. Tommy John isn't a death sentence like it used to be, but it messes with your head. You keep thinking, am I going to come back 100%? Am I going to lose velocity? Command? The Mariners said the timeline is 12 months, which technically puts him back for March 2027, if everything goes perfectly. But we know rehab isn't an exact science. Every arm reacts differently. Every body has its own timeline. So, yeah, it's a loss that hurts more for what it represents than the immediate impact. Because immediately we still have 5 pitchers that would make any GM drool. But symbolically, psychologically, strategically, we lost that margin of safety every competitive team needs to have. I'm going to keep an eye on how the organization reacts. Whether they'll make some market move, whether they'll fast-track someone from the system, or whether they'll just tighten the belt and hope for the best. What I know is this: the 2026 season just got a whole lot more complicated for us before it even started.